So I was going to play Elite this morning, but then I thought that since it's Saturday. Hello everyone, thank you for calling. The audio is there. So quality is shit, I think, because of my problems with the bandwidth. But now they told me the stream looks good, despite that, despite my internet problems. And no, I'm starting this just by force of habit. We're going to play Sturmovik. After all, if we don't play this in the weekend, we won't play it at all. It's not like it's a very populated game. And it's very, very good fun when people actually are in that squad with you. And I might even hope that maybe today we will meet the same guys we played with last week. Or was it 2 weeks ago? Well, in any case, I still remember that as one of the most fun sessions. So let's try to do it again. I need, the Discord profile for this. But before entering the channel, we're going to play on the Combat Box server, the one from the United States, which now seems to have depopulated. This is strange. There were people just a few minutes ago, because it's late night. In any case, there are people on the server, unless they all disconnected like the last 10 minutes. That would suck, honestly. But I hope it's not the case. Dogfight. Let me see. No, 40 people. Ah, no, they're on the Wings of Liberty server. You see, only 21 on Combat Box. Okay, well, it's the Russians then. This is the Russian server, still good. We're gonna need to, they don't use Discord, they use TeamSpeak. And so let's close it and go to TeamSpeak 3 client, which unfortunately is very taxing for the system, but apparently it's what they use over there. And I hope there is someone who speaks English. I found it the other day, it worked well. Now it's possible that they will only speak Russians, in which case it's going to be a bit problematic. You don't have these kind of problems when you play War Thunder, but of course it's nice to go for a change once in a while. Okay, so people are indeed there. But before choosing the faction, let's try to see if we can find which has English players. None in the specific English-speaking pilots channel, as usual. So, well, let's make an attempt. I will go to this one. I hear nothing. I am called only the TeamSpeak user. Wait. No, I am Zarlock. Hello? Can you hear me? I hear nothing personally. There is something strange. And why is that? Ah, I clicked the one that yeah, that's it. Hello? No, still nothing. How's the push to talk set up? Wait a minute, please be patient. Push to talk is backspace. No, but I knew it was. And am I running the correct? Yeah. Discord TeamSpeak. This does the backspace, doesn't it? Yes. And these two. Then what is the
Пошел нахуй.
Oh. Hi everyone.
Зачем ты это?
No,
Ну,
still
да я,
doesn't work.
Да ладно.
он
Hi
заходил,
everyone. Hello.
No speak English.
Anyone speak English here?
No speak English.
No speak English. Okay, none at all. Well, maybe on the other nation. Wait. No, but you're laughing, so you speak a bit English.
Не понимаю я по-вашему ни хрена.
Very little, right?
Ну,
No, okay,
и
okay.
начинается разговор такой.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Да ладно, пацаны хорошие.
Зачем спрашивать?
Okay, apparently it's very funny. Even the cheapest prospect of speaking English to them seems to be funny. Well, I'll put myself in the English-speaking pilots section. Let's see if someone... Yeah, now also the push to talk is well. I will just take off. We'll see if someone comes to the channel. I will know. They will know I speak English. Okay, perfect beginning. We may go to the Combat Box server. Let's just do one sortie here, then we make an attempt on the other server. And I will go with the Lac 3, just because I like the plane so damn much. With the Russian player who spoke English the other day told me the best gun for this airplane actually is the 23mm. Yeah, he told me you have to take this because it's 10 times better. And this is exactly what we're gonna do. 520 meters seems good. Yeah, I tend to shoot from afar. And judging by the land on the land, okay, the airport is already under attack. Perfect. Let's go. See what happens. Which probably will be like a scramble mission already being bombed. Yeah, I hear the siren. Let's hope I can start well. Doesn't always happen in this much more difficult game compared to what we play usually. Johnny, hey Johnny, thank you for commenting. Unfortunately I cannot read your comment. You should write it to the stream itself if you want me to answer. Look at that. Everyone is scrambling actually. And oh, but I loaded the wrong profile. I have one that also let me zoom, and that's very important. Wait, I need the oh god, it's no longer there. No, okay. I need the other keyboard. Wait, this is unpredictable. This is the keyboard that has the buttons I need. Absolutely didn't think about it. The other day I mistakenly, I think I deleted it. No, what am I saying? Here it is. I thought it wrong. Yeah, I used the zoom. Well, the keyboard can always be useful. This keyboard doesn't have all buttons, and another keyboard doesn't have all buttons. Hey Carlo, hi, I was waiting for you yesterday, you didn't come. Okay, so now I can zoom. That's a friendly plane. Also, if I increase the mixture, maybe I can also start my engine. Yeah, as I said, it depends. No, I can't always start at once. Carlo, I was waiting for you yesterday. Now I'm playing a different game, though. Okay, the mixture is 100%. And what's he telling me? Everyone's starting their engine very well. Unlike me. This siren is unnerving. Okay, I think the script got disturbed when I went and got the keyboard. Now let's give it the time to end, and I restart it. Too soon. Try again. Okay, now it's starting, and the mixture is correct. So this is the Velikiye Luki 1942 operation. We are supposed to destroy the artillery of the enemy. I see several targets. Okay, this time red indicates friendly target and blue indicates enemy targets. If the engine would just start, I see the battery has come on, the radio is on. Oh, finally. We will now join the fun. Well, there are certainly a lot of people online. Don't worry, Carlo, don't worry, no, it's okay. It's a shame because we could have played together and now we cannot. That's just what I was saying, because you don't play this game. Unless you play this game, do you? Maybe, because there are only Russians online. So if you could come and we could speak English, that would be much better. Wait, I'm exaggerating here. No, I know what I'm doing. I need to increase the RPM, otherwise, yeah, you can't control the plane. And he seems to be having some problem of himself. Everyone goes in any direction possible. Because, well, visibility in general in this game isn't as good as War Thunder. And that's true also while taking off. Also, no one respects the runway, so why should I? Let's just remove ourselves from the ground, lest we risk incurring in some kind of collision. And, well, we might also fly with them. Let's see what they do. We cannot communicate, but still. Tell you what, in any case, I'll go back to the Russian channel. Maybe, I don't know, after the initial laugh, maybe they will speak some English with me. Since we're in the same server. Let me just stabilize the plane in the air. Maybe open a bit the radiator, because here you have to do your own engine management. And I would like actually to form up with that guy. To have another pair of eyes helping you in this game makes all the difference in the world, because it's so terribly difficult to spot enemies compared to War Thunder. Maybe even a bit too much. Is that an I-20? Yeah, it should be the American I-20, I think. No, Pesca. Excuse me, it's the Pietro. I suck so much at identifying planes. Okay, we can escort him to the front. Let's go back to the channel. Yeah.
Развернулся в обратную сторону.
Hello. English speaking player here.
Да не.
I just took off, heading west.
Заебал, не пробегал.
I'm escorting the PA2. Yeah, English is very funny, isn't it?
Ух, тут еще топляки, ё.
Так, работаем.
In a
парни,
sense, it's
работаем.
immersive,
Сетку
not
нихуя
just
не
hear
сделал.
Я
the
зашел
Russian
на сетку.
voices.
Кинул.
Да.
Since we're supposed to be flying a plane for the
Топляки
nation,
еще целые.
maybe I lower a bit the volume. Ah, perfect. What the?
Так,
Что-то они
работаем
не
быстро
целые.
и уходим.
Ah, yeah. Well, in fact, he did tell me that the airfield was under attack.
Второй цель.
Not the best
Я
beginning.
уходим домой.
Yeah, Carlo, I'm
Еще
playing.
все убили. нахуй.
Also, I'm playing
Станцию, блядь. Всё, курс
this
домой,
afternoon,
домой,
but I
домой.
know
По
it's
съебам
night
собираемся
at
над
your
нашей
place.
станцией.
Wait,
Над
I have
нашей
to
станцией,
lower.
парни.
I certainly didn't expect the enemy to be
Как
right
приняли.
above me. Okay, let's respect.
Отходим.
Всё.
Finish spectate.
Стараюсь.
It happens,
Вы
it
живой?
happens.
Не,
Stands to
убивает.
reason for it to
Где?
happen.
Второй он
Best not
заходит.
dwell too much on
Не
it.
вижу нихуя.
Чувак просто сидит, просто тупо на 6 расстрелял, блин.
И чё, он тебя сбил?
I
О,
think communication is
Все,
going to be a
просто сел на
challenge
шесть.
here.
Убил
Блядь.
стрелка, потом
Я за
сел.
какой-то пешкой иду.
So let's start the
За
engine
мной, за
again.
мной, за мной.
Меня
идёшь.
отстреливает.
За мной идешь.
Мой отстреливаю.
Говорил, тебя пиздит.
А чё сейчас? На пеших стрелки вообще не работают?
The
Работает.
volume is
Почему?
still.
Вот.
Why are they speaking
Я
so
не знаю, что
soft?
тебе.
Команду им какую давал?
He said, come
Я
on,
ничего
then
не
you
даю,
do
у
speak
меня по
English.
умолчанию.
Так они по умолчанию должны стрелять.
Я даю
Да.
команду.
Не, ну
Говорил.
ты про дистанцию им
I
задаешь.
think they shot down
Ну,
the
они на
Pershka
полчаса
too
тут.
because it's taking off again.
Глюк был, короче.
Говорила, ой, фаза, давай,
Если
на
ты им
юг.
команду сейчас
At the
даёшь,
beginning, not
На
even
юг.
spawned already,
Он на меня
boom and
стрелял.
zoomed by
Слушай,
the
а ребят,
BF. It's really it's the truth of my life. The more I play these games, the more I learn to fear the power of the German planes.
Блядь, у нас народу на 6.
Yeah, they're fighting above the airfield. Now we know, and we know it very well. He was. He got spawn killed in a sense, no? Even though this is war, so it's not exactly that. And I guess I'll follow the Pershka guy. Let's raise the gear.
Горит.
The team of the allied countries fulfill the common mission in full.
Так,
Okay.
я на вынужден.
It's necessary to prevent the enemy from destroying the targets in the next 5 minutes. So, in practice, we arrived at the very end of the mission. Ah, it's over. Gain server connection lost. Guys, I don't know. I'm gonna play on the combat box server. In any case, they don't understand me. Let's try to go back to Discord and play with the Americans, even if there is less of them. And also, the server dropped my connection, which isn't the best thing. Okay. These things happen in live streaming, if it were a recorded video. But wait, need actually my connection. Ah. Did I drop my connection? Am I still streaming? Who am I? What's my name? Ah, it's in the red. Why? No, internet is working, in theory. Did I reconnect? Guys, I'm sorry, really. It's my usual thing with the internet connection. I'm having a lot of problems these days. This wasn't something I expected. Well, I don't care much for the voice chat. They don't listen. They don't speak English. Let's just restart. Probably I'm going to the combat box later. Maybe not too much later. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. It's my internet's fault. every day. And it's loading again. Now we'll have to do the takeoff again. Well, not that it takes so long. Technical problems, as they say. This is the airfield. Every time I play this game, lag 3, set up, to the point that probably on the groups for Sturmovik people are gonna say, it's the usual guy that always has problems. No, it's not like that. It's my stupid internet and my lack of good luck. Okay, no, but I restart also TeamSpeak. Wait, first thing first, we start the engine. And while the engine's starting, I restart also TeamSpeak. If you just reconnected, as I say, I will repeat it again. I'm sorry, I'm having problems with my internet lately. And reconnect to the server. I put myself in English speaking, so... Okay. I hate that program. What is this? The engine didn't start. Okay, second attempt. Well, it's a fairly old airplane, no? You have to give it that. Everyone's landing and taking off so easily. I'm starting to get jealous. Okay, now it's starting. The reason it didn't start is you have to increase the throttle a bit, otherwise it won't start. Well, we're going to stream for a while, so probably these errors of the beginning we will going to forget before the end of the stream, I bet. Definitely is still under attack, so the very moment I'm in the air, finally I'll be able to fight, I bet. Okay, increase the RPM again. The second time was my fault. It wasn't my fault. Well, it was my provider's fault. Let's take off in a sort of unpredictable way, since the entire landing strip is under attack constantly. And once again, we go. Ending gear is up. That doesn't look like a German plane. No, it's another lug like mine. So I will have to keep checking my 6. I think I saw the German plane just a while ago. You know why it's running so badly actually? Because it is. I'm having some reprojection. It's all because of TeamSpeak. That's how much computer resources are wasted by that program. And of course, the mission is over. Yeah, it told me. I don't know what to say. It told me it was ending. Okay, we go to the combat box. I see no other possibility at this point. This is the most annoying thing in the history of the world. Let's see what they're doing on the other server, guys. I don't know what to say. Everyone left. Huh. Oh, I can scarcely believe it. Okay. Thank you to everyone who is still giving me faith. The next mission will start in 40 minutes. I found the time to die, actually, at least once. So it wasn't a complete waste, at least from the point of view of the enemies. But let's run it without TeamSpeak. It doesn't make sense in any case. It just worsens my connection. I mean, my performance of the game. And in any case, they all speak Russians. So it's now been... like, how long have I been streaming? Yeah, 24 minutes, still we haven't begun to have fun. But thank you for having faith. I swear, we will manage. And these things happen in live streaming. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Loading. Except I probably won't load, because now I see that it is stuck. Yeah, you have to rejoin the server. These are the wonderful features of this thing. Actually, the server is disappeared. Let's go to Berloga. Let's go to Berloga and do some dogfighting. Then I retry. Otherwise, everyone will fall asleep. I had some second thoughts about playing this game. This morning I said, no, I have a feeling this is the right day to do it. But apparently, it seems. I spoke too soon. Let's do some dogfighting in the quick action server, then we rejoin the Russian server. This is my program for the next 10 minutes while hoping finally to show you some action. Now I understand why many people don't do the live streaming of flight simulators. Incredible lack of luck. Let's go with the P-51, something familiar. This will work, I know this will work. It's just the quick action server. And here we are in our familiar Mustang. This is a more advanced version than the one I fly in War Thunder. It's a Jag, right? Yeah, look how much the game works without TeamSpeak. That's the level of computer resources that are absorbed by the stupid old software, and apparently is the go-to standard for Russian simulation players. I have no idea why. They really love the program. And you can actually find your enemies pretty easily on this server because it has the padlock activated, and already I see that there is one there. I don't know what to say. I took off like 4 times. Okay, first one I got boom and zoom, and that's acceptable. Second time the computer, my connection drops. Okay, third time the server ends the mission. I cannot believe it. What can you do in the end? It seems I really had to do the quick action before joining the true server. Maybe this is also a lesson learned for the next times I try to stream this game. And here you can see the BF. It's a BF, right? Well, it certainly looks like one. There's already someone giving chase. And tell you what, that seems a bit more dangerous actually. There's an enemy maneuvering to my tail. And there's another there. What is that? It looks sorta German. Okay, that's the Jag. And he's done the other way. Look at that. That's a great opportunity. Oh, this is the one chasing, so the enemy is the other one. That's a Focke-Wulf, right? Well, it's German. I saw the Iron Cross. You have to be careful with the Mustang. If you pull the stick too much, it's going to spin, as you know. It doesn't do it as much in this game compared to War Thunder, probably because it's a different version of the plane, but still loves to spin, unless you're very careful. That guy is much faster than me. Gunnery in general is harder here. Way more so. You have to be extremely accurate and also a bit lucky to hit the enemy. And also in general it takes more hit to destroy a plane. I don't know which representation is more realistic, but you see how much I hit him. That would have been a kill in War Thunder. Here it depends. It depends. Come on, I swear. I think you're finished, honestly. I hit him quite a bit, huh? But look at that. I found a rule for myself when I try to stream this game, no? Since you have so many downtimes when you try to go on the actual multiplayer servers. If it doesn't work, okay, you have to be careful with the debris, huh? They can take you out very well. If I cannot start an interesting sortie on one of the full-blown server, I either go and play single player or do some of these. This is my rule. If the first thing doesn't work, and then we try again, of course, in another 10 to 15 minutes, we will try again to play on the actual server, because if I only show you myself taking off again and again, well, it wouldn't be much of a stream, no? You have to find a way. to make it interesting. When the game just doesn't want you to. And I see a lot of movement there. That's the Jag. That's also American. Is that the BF with the brown camo? Well, they certainly seem to think so. Also, the padlock seems to think so. It's pointing straight at me. Yeah, too bad I didn't engage, but it's better. We can follow him from the behind. Let's see, it's more strategically correct in any case. Kind of a best practice, so to say. Was that also German? No, it wasn't German. The German is there. Okay. Now you will notice I use the padlock a lot, but when you're on a server where everyone has it, you have to adapt. Honestly, I prefer to go in a more realistic way, but if you don't do the padlock here, whereas everyone else does it, well, you're really asking for it. You want to be defeated. Here's another German. Focke-Wulf. I think the radiator on this plane is actually automatic. It doesn't seem like you have to control it. Look at that guy, he's really overstressing his engine. When the German planes do the smoke like that, usually end up broken in a very short time. But of course it's in an emergency situation with the two of us shooting him at the moment. Stands to reason he's a bit scared. I think it's already going down, honestly, yeah? And probably will steal my kill. But it's all good, it stays in the family. Another victory for the Allies. Look at the quality of the planes models here. It's much superior to War Thunder. I really like the designs and the way they're represented. Whee! I think there's an enemy there, or so the padlock seems to think. Honestly, I don't see. Ooh! What's it? Oh no, it's German. Look at that. This is great positioning. Increase the speed. Yay! Sniped him well, didn't I? So, are you liking it, buddy? You need another little push to go to the ground. Strangely enough, he has energy to spare, even though I damage his engine. So much, in fact, that I wouldn't follow. That thing isn't staying there for long, in any case. And I see many more interesting targets down here. But now he wants revenge. Yeah, here he comes. Either that or he's going straight down because the engine is broken. Actually, I'm starting to think the second. Yeah, falling like a brick. That's a Spitfire, so it's all good. And I see an enemy plane right below me. Yeah, let's do the maneuver. The crazy maneuver. Okay, Jag. That's not a Spitfire. Where are you? Ah, the guy that was smoking actually is still flying. Look at that. Trying to give chase and finish him. For good. And democracy. Let us liberate Russia. Even if people in Russia laugh at me when I try to speak to them in English, they still deserve to be liberated. That turns pretty well, eh? Well, of course, it's a BF. It is, no? Or is it? No, it's the BF, That's the Jag, we don't care about it. I'm starting to go too slow. What am I, 150? Well, it's certainly... Well, I don't like it, to tell you the truth. The guy is damaged, but still turns better than me. What they told me when we were playing War Thunder the other day with the friends is that the Mustang actually turns better when it goes faster. Let's test the idea. You never follow the Mustang in a dive in general, but actually he's not following, so he's not game to it. Maybe that confirms the idea. Now I'm much below everyone though. This kind of gameplay reminds me of... Do you remember the old game Combat Flight Simulator from Microsoft? That game was a lot of fun. There was a sequel dealing with the Pacific Air War, and you had this sort of simple quick action servers, but that were played with full realism settings, and it was kinda like this. Hard, but at the same time quick paced, and that's a fun way to play. Too bad it doesn't have an in-between mode of gameplay, like an arcade mode like the one from War Thunder, meaning not the actual arcadiness of the controls, but to have some sense of purpose instead of just flying around and shooting every enemy in sight. But it's certainly funny in itself, but it tends to get a bit old. So let's do it a bit more, at least until they shoot me down, then we go. Either that or I finish my bullets. Either case, we try to do again on the full-blown server. And if that doesn't work, we will end to play single player, I guess. But honestly, I think we should be able to play with others. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. I think my cannons are depleted. Let's see if the machine guns... Yeah, indeed, they prove to be enough. A warm end for your life above the skies of World War II. Okay, it's burning well. I can almost feel it. It's the smell of victory, like someone once said. Let him burn, burn the witch. Let me observe the disaster of the end of his existence right now, and then we go. Doesn't want to die, eh? He's still piloting. Despite everything, it's like a flare, basically. Well, it would be quite horrible if it were real life, so good thing it's just a game. Oh, wait, there's someone else coming. Oh, blacked out. In this game you black out very easily, much more so than War Thunder. You have to be careful about it. Honestly, I don't have a positive ID. It looks German to me, but I'm not sure. Let's see what the padlock thinks. Seems to think it isn't. Oh, but there's another one there. I think I'm low on ammo, honestly. That's the reason I wanted to go back to the other server. But wait. Not until we are in the air. A lot of jugs. People just love that little plane. Well, little. Actually, it's very heavy. It's fun. I can see the reasoning. It's also cool to look at, which always helps. It's such... Looks like a silver angel, no? Also a bit of a kitchen appliance, after all they did call it the jug. But it's a cool plane. The Mustang is also very, very nice. It's like a cooler BF in my opinion. It was often mistaken for one actually. Also historically, the reason the German pilots hated it so much. I'm looking at the enemy, yeah. The problem is that I'm very low on ammo. Is he trying to have a positive idea? No, it's German, okay. I don't want to leave her for as long as in the air and be with ammo. Let's shoot until the very last of our bullets. And look at that, that's a very inviting target. Increasing speed. Yes. I like it. No! Yes. Ah, what the... This sucker! This is actually an intentional, very advanced slam roll maneuver. It might seem like I lost control of the plane, but it's very much intended, because it's confused the enemy, and look at him, he's confused as hell. He doesn't know what to do. And so unpredictable. Okay. Now he's coming from the front. He wants to do it like a true duelist. And I think he's having the worst of it. But look at that, I'm out of ammo. Click, clock, click, clock. Now, what would be correct behavior on a server where you actually cannot resupply? What am I supposed to do now? I cannot resupply here. So, do I fly like an idiot until he kills me and then disconnect? No. I just disconnect. I don't know about the correct etiquette. It's such a stupid thing. You cannot resupply. There is no... no airfield at all. Okay, let's go back to the true server. Well, I did quite a few kills, no? I completely exhausted my ammunition, so it's all good. Let's go back to the Russians and try to play again. Should I try to greet them again? Well, it seems a bit useless. Then again, if I don't go and check, I'll never know if an English-speaking one connected. So Discord won't work because Discord is for combat box and now everyone went to sleep. Therefore... But why is that? Last Saturday they were playing until the end of my session. Okay. I'm always Zarlock, yeah.
Угу. А, вот, он как раз на 20 заходит.
Did he say my name? What happened? I couldn't connect. Wings of Liberty.
Вот интересно, почему разрывы снарядов видно?
I cannot
Самолет.
understand even one word. Is any Russian on the channel, by the way? If you guys... Ah, well, but I cannot join. What is this? Doesn't even give me any error message.
Нашим зенитчикам медаль надо давать
The ping kinda sucks
за
also.
непопадание.
Papadania. I know the word. I know the word.
За это им грамот. За косоглазие.
Downloading, it says.
За пьянство грамоту.
Sapiensk. Well, it seems he needs some file. Maybe it's bonded. Then combat box it is. Combat box it is. Let's make an attempt on the combat box.
Аккуратно.
Then otherwise, I don't know, guys. Probably airplay. The fact is, probably last...
Скажи.
no, it's
Верхний.
useless. I cannot understand you. The problem is, probably the last week, when I could play with others, was because the DLC had recently come out. And there were more people connected. Okay. Let's go to the Allies flight server. Okay, it's working. Maybe someone will join me, I guess. It seems like it locked up, but it didn't. It's the usual thing if you click out of the window. No, but now we'll be able to play. In general, the combat box server is also much more stable. It is coming just about. Have faith. Again, I find myself saying just that. Let me open also the curtains, because some light came to the room. Like this. Yeah, still keeping the lamp on though, just to be sure. I think the map has come out, yeah. Convenient, isn't it, to have the cameras here and here. Munitions depot. Okay, it's a similar mission, I guess. Let me check that really there is now one. Because the server actually is populated. It's just that it's empty. Yeah. Well, maybe someone will come. Still loading. And what is it? Okay, second attempt applying the true thing. I want to go with American planes. I actually enjoy them. And tell you what, since there aren't many people in the actual server, I'll go with the A20. Let's do some bombing. Bombing of the correct target this time. So I want the 8 FAB 100M. This is the thing that tells you where the base is. It's also useful. And that's it, I guess. No, I can bring more bombs if I go like this. Yeah, it will be heavier and harder to take off. But still, it's good. Okay. So, team's composition. Let's see. While I start in the engine. This is a fairly big ground attacker, even a medium bomber you could call it. I don't know the actual class of the plane. Okay, the mixture is correct, and we start the engines. In general, on these servers, the runway is where you see the smoke. This is actually the smoke from the signaling fire. Yeah, you can see it. And another difficult thing, you're actually doing to do navigation by sight here. You don't have any kind of aid in that regard. We're going, I think, to attack the Bodingard airfield because the close-by targets are all already destroyed. So let's zoom them up. I will have to navigate by the site of the cities. You see, no? You follow, you go from Tilburg to Wegel. You have to use actual points of reference in this game if you don't have the useful GPS. I wonder where's the Bendix radio. Actually, I don't even know. Not that I'm going to return to base, probably, since I'm doing the bombing without escort, having the complete lack of communication as always. Start the engine. RPM going up. Weapons on, gun sight on. I see one engine, both engines are running, okay. We can start moving. Increase the RPM. Perfect, everything is well. Well, except for the fact... yeah, the differential brake is engaged by a button on the clutch, I think. You can't actually... No, they're on the pedals, look at that. You have differential braking on the pedals on this plane. Well, of course, it's not Russians, it's the Russians that steer in that way by pressing the lever on the stick. This one has differential pedals like the German planes. And this is a fairly big plane, by the way, if you have the idea of the A20. I unlocked it also in War Thunder, but didn't use it much. Okay, moving to the actual runway. I see no living soul. I wish this was surprising, but predictably it isn't. I'll try to ask if someone comes to Discord maybe. It says adjust mixer, maybe 100 is too much. Okay, go, no, emergency mode, let's not exaggerate. Well, maybe just a bit, but first increase the speed. So the speed is there, coming now to 100. I think I can take off around 150. I can start to pull the stick, more or less. Also, I hope, because the runway is not that long and I'm carrying the full load of bombs. Look at the vibration of the control. I bet it took quite a hefty pilot to keep this thing straight. Well, okay, I can lift off. Move the gear. And we're going to head east. So where is my compass? That's the compass. Well, you have the compass on the plane, but that's also more convenient. So to prevent the vibration of the controls, you have to close the inlet shutters. I don't know why it's like this. You can bring them to about 4% is the maximum, I think. If you go above that, it's going to shake like crazy. Which actually doesn't seem to have an adverse effect on the ending of the plane, but I don't think it's a good thing. And to remove the emergency mode, you have to cut the RPM a bit. Okay. So this is the rear turret. You have two actually, one is below. Wait, I'll have to do something about it also, but first let's climb and start going east. That's the city. Is it Tilburg? Yeah, because I'm looking at east. Okay. So we fly straight to it. Actually, it's straight east from here all the way to the Boeningart airfield. While hoping we can maybe contact someone to be our escort along the way. Players are in the server. Just not many of them. My altitude rating is that, I think, yeah. So we're not even 1000 yet. No, wait, the short handle was covered by a black part of the mechanism. Actually, I'm coming to 2000, I think. Feet, of course, not meters. That's a big misconception of mine, no? When I began playing this game, I didn't think of the difference. And at first I thought I was always so high. And I said, it looks like you're much lower here than you are in War Thunder. How strange. Well, of course, you're losing feet, not meters. That's the difference. So let's start to deploy the machine guns just in case someone tries to get the jump of us. 1 and 2. Then what I do, I don't know if it's actually necessary, Yeah, this comes down like that. But I tell to the crewmen to engage at rear. Hi Clem, thank you for liking my post. Join me in the comment if you want. And now we go adjust fuel mixture. Okay, reduce to, probably there is a reasoning there, but if I go just a bit below, it seems to satisfy the game. The visibility is, well, is what it is, because here you cannot easily put your head outside of the plane like you do in War Thunder. You are actually confined within the cabin, so you cannot look outside. You can open the window to actually do it, but I'm not sure it's a good idea, even at this altitude. No, so as I said, I will try to contact my Alice. So we can chat. Anyone coming to Discord? I don't know, it's just an attempt. No idea where the question mark is, since it's not using the Italian layout of the keyboard. Well, okay, I'm supposed to climb in any case. This is Vega, no, Tilburg. We should be already able to see Vega in front of us. Maybe a bit to the left. The texture kinda suck, as you see. There's not two ways about it. Let's climb to at least 5,000, I guess. It's the minimum, to have some semblance of security. We're going to do this bomb run, and then I either go back to a different server or play single player, because the server progression just isn't there. I don't know why. Last week there were so many people at this time. It's the reason I chose to play Sturmovik, actually. You have to be careful with this, because you can actually destroy your own tail. It's fairly dangerous to use wrong. And I did also that the last week when I played the game. Server rule, attacking enemy player. No, okay, I know about that. Of course, no answer from anyone. Let me see also players of the other nation, just in case. No, it's completely desert. They just like to fly, do their grinding in silence. That's the appearance of the team. Yeah, it's kinda cool, Nick. Hey, thank you for coming. I hoped I could play with others like the other day when we met all these interesting people on Saturday, but actually today it's completely empty, except for Russian people that start laughing at you if you try to speak English. not very welcoming of them. And so now I went back to combat box. I also had the usual disconnection. It's a big forest, it's not the city of Vogel. So probably, well, it's farther. Okay, must be the forest you see there on the map. This is a later version, I think, because it's the one that was sent to Russia with the Lend-Lease program. It didn't happen at the beginning of the war. The camera placement for this gun is very bad. You cannot see outside almost at all. I don't know how you're supposed to use it. If it really was like this, well, the gunner would have had quite a few problems to aim on the enemy. Also, the firing arc kinda sucks. This one is better. It goes all the way there, and also... well, come on. It is a dangerous gun. I best not point it straight at the tail, makes me unnerving. The canopy is still cagey. You don't see much around here. Someone connected, but still not coming to Discord, it seems. Okay, and now we're looking at the big forest, but actually it's not a forest, it's Vogel. Okay, so everything makes sense again. So Volkel, the other one, in any case, whatever the name is, Volkel, should be, and I mean, we're heading straight east. The only important thing is to count the cities, just in case. I bombed the wrong city like the other day. Yeah, I was doing the quick action on Berloga just a while ago. I did an excellent sortie. Too bad he wasn't here. You can watch the replay. I managed to aim well for the first time. I think all the training in War Thunder finally is paying off. It's strange that I can see only one city though, huh? Gonna take a while. We're not going to encounter much action, I'm afraid. If any at all. Well, let's do the bombing as it is. And see what happens. There should be also a forward airfield here. Standing by the map. The shape of the town is really well rendered. And here's the other town. Okay, now I see them both. So the airfield of Volkel is just past the city of the same name. It is in general much more difficult to navigate this map compared to the other ones because you have few rivers, no coastline. Ah, you're speaking about the gunner mode, okay. Well, it's pretty good indeed. In VR it doesn't work perfectly well because you have this problem that the point of view isn't very well placed. Let's climb more though, it seems more safe. There's also a couple, these are also airfield, am I wrong? Mil and Moesk, but they're not active as targets. There were quite a few. Hi Chris! The A26 isn't in this game, but I think it's available in War Thunder. Well, of course, most planes from World War II are, and many that weren't in World War II also. That's the cool part of the game, really. I think I see also Ganep. That must be Ganep. The city right on the front line, so we know that when I pass Ganep, I'm about at the line. The possibility of encountering enemies is like that of a needle in a haystack. I'm having a bit second thoughts about this sortie. Let's see if someone went to Discord. No, they didn't. Well, it seems we're going to play Sturmovik like on a weekday. After this sortie I'll go do either Berloga or single player. It's disappointing to tell you the truth, huh? I was sure people would be here. Why does it make this strange sound when I go with my head close to the window? How strange indeed. Am I smoking? I think the mixture is not correct then. If you generate smoke, it's not a good sign. Maybe on this airplane it's normal. Am I overeating? I'll open the coal shutters a bit. No, the smoke still comes out. Maybe it's intended. Chris, do you want to play even now? I would love to have a wingman, at least we could speak to one another. It's half dead as always. Half dead. Unfortunately, people don't know how good this game is. It's a big truth of the matter, I'm afraid. Ah, so it's a bug of the game, okay. The sound it makes, you mean? Sounds like you put the head outside, even though you absolutely haven't. Raise the landing gear. Oh. No, the landing gear was up. No, I'm not an idiot. Now it's down. Why does it say raise the landing gear? The sound of the windshield vibrating. Sound design in general is very good. They put a lot of effects into the game. So it's possible also what Nick says. I'll be on tomorrow night. You meaning at the same time? Okay, I'll send you my player tag via private message. Okay, will be my pleasure. So you mean tomorrow same time? Maybe on Sunday there actually will be players. Yeah, you're right, Nix. We best take it good unless we want to make our lives more difficult and unsatisfying. This is Gennep, I think, yeah, because I see the river in front of it. That's a river. Well, it's kinda sucks in terms of graphics. Ooh, they're shooting me with NTR. This is the NTR coming from Volkel, I guess. Well, it's not very logical, because if that is the friendly objective airfield, the one behind Volkel, then why is there anti-air of the enemy persuasion within the very city of Volkel? It's a bit illogic, if you ask me. Not that it's doing anything to us, so... Look at that, yeah, it's coming right from the city. Should we go and look for some trouble just because otherwise we will be bored? Let me see, can I spot weeds in the meantime? That could be weeds. Unless I'm completely lost by the shape of it. It's kind of vertically shaped. There should be lakes behind it, but there aren't. Well, these could be lakes. I don't know, the graphics suck so much. I learned that from War Thunder and satisfied a lot of things in that game. I don't remember what I was speaking about 40 seconds ago. We have the usual delay. I also delayed it even further by not paying attention to the chat. But I think I see what you mean, Nix. Okay, so this is big sprawling sort of rectangular city. To tell you the truth, that doesn't look like the shape of Gennep. I think I went a bit to the north. That's... could be Cleve. In which case... there's a big forest to the south of it. And that could be Wesel, I guess. Yeah, navigation is hard. Let's see if I can find the target, because you think that just flying to the east is easy, but it depends. It depends on many factors. Also, well, the frame of reference is a bit ruined by the fact that graphics isn't perfectly calibrated for VR. Big forests are hard to see, everything is. That looks more like a canal than a river. Or maybe a road. Maybe if I descend a bit it will be rendered better and I can actually tell whatever the hell that's supposed to be. Honestly, I doubt it. There are many advantages. Enemy aircraft spotted near Allied airfield in B-80. There are many, so actually the enemy came to the same airfield I took off from. My Discord, okay, I'll send you a request. It's not like we're actually surrounded by enemies, no? So I can easily go to Discord. TVB, Regan, okay. And we go, how do I send a friend request in Discord? No, add friend. Wait, I'll cut and paste it because it's simple. Like so. And we paste it here. And I send. Aggiungi anche il tag identificator. You have to add the ID tag to send the request. Apparently that's not enough to send you a request. To send you the request I need some tag. Unless the tag is that. Yeah, probably pasting like that wasn't the best idea. I'm supposed to put this symbol and then the number 6713. Send friend request. Well done. Okay, I sent it. If you want to accept it. If you want to play. Yeah, I did it. Again, fire from the city. And well, unless that is Venray, I'm starting to get lost. It's got a river in the middle, huh? Heading east, the river goes from north to south. Well, Berry does have a river, I think, or is that a road? No, the rivers are drawn differently. Could be Weeze. It could be Weeze. And this could be the lakes east of Weeze. In which case, well, it's not that far.
This is 2. He's engaging.
Second is engaging. Let's not pass right above the city since it has the anti-air. Ah, I'm hearing the gunner shooting. This is a good sign. Okay, I got intercepted.
This is 2. Firing.
So here comes the action we so much wanted, except it's not of the most favorable kind. At least we met an enemy. Let's see what it does. I'm already damaged, but this is a plane that can take some damage. Okay. No, second oil system failure.
Firing.
Well, I got ambushed, guys. This is an ending, I mean, it's not the worst one. At least we can go and do something more interesting. How do I jump out of the plane? Ctrl E? Alt E? I'm not going to do another sortie on this server, don't worry, I don't want you to be bored. Let's leave it, it doesn't make sense. Let's do some more quick action and then maybe single player. It's the only way we're going to play today, it seems. Just not enough players online. But also to do the bomb run without escort, I mean, I was kinda asking for it. And there wasn't much I could do in the end. It's unfortunate, but with so few people online, doesn't make sense to even play it. Just that I wanted so much. I care for the game to be known more in general. Can turn off the lamp now. It's kind of a vicious circle, no? Because not many people play it to have fun with. And at the same time, not many people will see it because not many people play. And so it's a vicious circle. Case in point. Let's go play with the Russian planes this time, not always Americans. I will pick... there's also the Spitfire. Let's go with the Spitfire Mark 5B. This is the one of the players we were playing with yesterday was flying, I think. I don't remember the name of the player. The one that mispronounced my name many times. It was a really fun person to play with. And he had the Spitfire. Ah, okay, we came to... No, Spitfire was piloted by another player now that I think. It was White Laser. Look at that, the 5 kills from before are still there. 5 kills, 0 deaths, huh? Okay, 34 seconds. Same to you, same to you. I'll ask from Zarlock once I'm able to go online. If you want to add me on Discord as well... Ah, you were speaking to my... Great synergy. Why don't you join also our sessions in War Thunder, Chris? Even more often. That would be the most cool thing, to have another wingman. Next mission we start in 12 seconds. This is a quick action, huh? I'm not going to bore you further with pointless bomb runs. I managed to find my place, though. I didn't get lost. That's also an achievement in itself within this game. Not the easiest thing, not the easiest. Here we are going, finally. Some action, I swear. Nix, will you be able to join us for War Thunder this afternoon? I bet we can have fun with it. There will be many others. These last days I've had a lot of wingmats. Okay, let's try the 23mm that the Russian player spoke so much well about the other day. It's what I'm trying to do, Nix. The unfortunate thing is that sometimes the players just aren't there. It's a big problem with this game. Not as much with War Thunder, because War Thunder in the end does have a quite hefty player base. For a playing game, probably it's unprecedented. Look at the performance on this server, much better, especially now that TeamSpeak is closed. Let's look. I guess you're very busy these days. From what you told me the other day, I can imagine. Okay, Russian. Okay, German. Come. You can descend all you want. Nix, do you remember the altitude at which I was supposed to... The Russian player the other day was speaking about it. That was an enemy, holy shit. Do you remember the altitude at which you're supposed to switch the gear of the booster? I don't remember it. There was a button you had to press at some altitude. The Russian player said it like it was the most important thing in the world. Actually, I didn't even know about the button. But pressing it made my plane stop smoking, so it was useful. I like this choice award. This is our job. It's true, it's true. For me, it's a twofold job. I'm also trying to promote VR in general, as you know. Oh shit. This doesn't look good. My 5 kills, 0 deaths are very much threatened at the moment. You will probably be 5 kills, 1 death very soon. 3000 meters. Okay. Yeah, we're good for the crash landing. Yeah. The quicker the better, because the enemy pilot might come in for the kill. And indeed, here he comes. No, wait a second. That's someone that is having a worse day than me. At least I won't die here. Yeah. Landing gear down. Flaps lower. And we had so much fun the other day with the full wing in this game. The drunk German guy, the 3 Americans. I was hoping this would have been a repeat. That's my wheel. But unfortunately, it seems it wasn't to be. Okay, finish mission and let's try again. Let's go with the Spitfire. I said I wanted to go with the Spitfire, then I forgot it. Rocket strike, hit the ground. Didn't notice. Okay, now with the Spitfire Mark V. This is the newer one, I think. Yeah, it should be the one more recent model. Now that for the temperature control of the Spitfire you have a single lever. That's the main difference in terms of controls. That is there, and I have it mapped to the joystick. You don't use the usual axis. It's 2 buttons in my case. Okay, we're already overflight by the enemy. They're meeting in combat right above me. What's the climbing ability of the Spitfire, I wonder? It should be pretty good, considering the history of this game. Yeah, let's open a bit the radiators though. Ah, you meant that. No, for a second I thought you could mean just that. It looked like a German V2, in a way. Too bad they didn't hit anything, otherwise you would get the extra kamikaze points. Never noticed how the wheels of the Spitfire remain visible when they're pulled into the airframe of the wing. Why am I so low compared to them? I mean, I just spawned, just like them, and yet they put me so much below. You will have to descend eventually. Bradding system on, look at that. I wonder if the Spitfire also has a second gear. No. I stopped the engine. Ooh, look at that, I stopped the engine. Well, let's hope it restarts. Then it wasn't that button. Okay, it restarted. Where did I set the button for the gear of the booster? Why am I in boosted mode? No, combat mode, okay. I honestly have no idea why I was put so low. Probably they climbed. What am I now in terms of altitude? Ah, it's covered by the chat. Above 1000. In War Thunder, if you hit the wheel, it will fall off. Haha. How cool. Well, that's a realistic detail. Oh, finally someone my altitude, okay. War Thunder has a lot of them actually. Many people disregard it as a simulator, but just because they play the arcade mode, no? I bet it's going to be not realistic if you play the arcade mode. People then are surprised when you tell them, but it has a simulator mode. Oh shit, that's an enemy. And where did it go? Where? Here you are. Finally meeting in gallant combat. Got much more energy. That's also German. Okay. They will boom and zoom me to death now. That's what they're gonna do. Let's do the turn, but I won't follow. Why? Why was they much above me? Doesn't make sense. They're both Germans, aren't they? Oh, that's a friend. Okay, friendly lag. And here's the German coming for me. Wait. Ooh. Careful now, don't lose control. There were like 10 people in the entire server. You saw the size of the map, and that guy managed to come and intercept my A20. What incredible strike of luck. Unless he was watching the stream. Should I get suspicious now? It's not an enemy. You tend to enter that frame of mind after you begin streaming. That people, maybe the people you're fighting with, are actually watching the stream. It's not impossible. These aren't games that have the biggest player base, so it's much easier to snipe you. Stream snipe you is the term, compared to something like PUBG or Fortnite. All they have to do is come to the actual server. How can I follow that guy? Well, as long as he has shit aim, like promptly demonstrated, I don't care that much for it. Let's just keep our nose oriented to the threat. Turning better, even though... I wonder if I'm supposed to drop... Yeah, probably yes. Drop the flaps just a bit while I do this. It's only got two positions. How's this? Flaps release or flaps retract? Do I need a different binding to control the flaps? I'm losing even more speed. Well, the Spitfire is surprisingly slow, I must say. So slow actually that it might end up, yeah, passing me. Look at that. How the tables have turned. And also the chairs. If only I could go a bit faster. Increase to maximum RPM. I don't care about the state of this engine. Did I hit him? It seems to be smoking. This is a battle of attrition. And once low on ammo in the Reggiane shot down all three wheels. He went back to land just to spec his plane. That's a very belated victory, no? The ones that happen after a while. I did something similar with a 264 yesterday. I had set it on fire, then I thought that dastardly pilot managed to save the plane. And after like 15 minutes I get the kill. Probably he tried to land. But he was too badly damaged to manage. Okay, strangely enough, but not strangely actually, doesn't want to commit. He's trying to erode my resistance. And now he has kinda shitty aim. Yeah, and now I can follow. And maybe I can try to... Did I hit him? It seemed good alignment, but still I didn't hit him. No, actually I did, he's smoking. Okay, he's gone away again. Yeah, this is my life on Spitfire. This is my life on Spitfire. The Spitfire just goes slow. So how can you follow up at Boom and Zoomer? That's the big question here. Still, as long as he gives us action, as long as he gives us conflict, it's okay to me. It will be a cool duel, however it ends. Just for it to last this long. Here you come. Very convenient external view. And let's do something a bit unexpected, but maybe not too much. Ooh, enter the spin. That's a damn shame, because I missed the opportunity of hitting him. Or because of the external view, let's say the truth here. Also the mixture was still... No, but I don't think it mattered, no, because the axis of the mixture only matters once you start moving it, otherwise the game doesn't notice it. That's the reason I had problems to start the lag previously. Since I have help. Maybe we'll break the vicious circle, let's see what happens. Now you got 2 targets, buddy, what you gonna do? He's smoking, no? But maybe it's just the engine. I'm also smoking and I'm not damaged. I think, not yet at least. Let's see how this pass goes. Ciao! Let him pass, I say. Let him pass while not spinning this time the plane. And I hope he's twice as fast as me. What the hell? Twice as fast. I don't know, but how did the Spitfire change the outcome of the war, as they used to say, if it was so damn slow? You guys have to explain to me. That thing is running circles around me. I haven't flown the plane in wartime, but Nix, tell me, is this correct? Am I doing some mistake in engine management? I don't know. This thing is hella slow. He seems to have exhausted his energy now. Look at that, he's not going back up. Well, in turning I should be better than him. At least in turning. I just cannot follow the damn thing. That's the bare truth of it. And now I have help, huh? I think there is someone on my 6. No, apparently not. The main takeaway from my experience with the Spitfire in Sturmovik this game is that probably it was mostly also part of merit of propaganda, the reputation of the plane. Okay, the other guy got the kill, but I'm kinda happy to tell you the truth, so finally I can go with a decent plane. If I was in a lag or a yak, no way it would have escaped for so long. Or even maybe an American Mustang. Let's go with the lag, no? We already piloted the yak. We already piloted the... Least expecting, that is when the Spitfire strikes. I see. But is it a bit overrated? That's the feeling I have. I mean, he was wasting energy all the time, and yet he managed to always go back up, without me being able, I don't say to follow him, but just to even aim. Was a bit disappointing. It never happens to me with these planes. The yak, not at all. This is a great climber. So, where is the enemy? Ha! The kill count got reset. My 5 beautiful kills are gone. Okay, that's diving. I think the friend is the one in the back. No, the one in the back is the Focke-Wulf. And there's another one coming. That's not German, that's Russian, okay. The Russians hated Spitfires as far as I knew. Yeah. Now you're confirming it. And I guess I'm Russian. That's the reason people of Russian nationality. What the heck are you guys doing? Look at that, he broke the flap, okay. And that thing is turning straight towards me. Didn't have the reflex to shoot. Good. I don't think he's staying there for long. That other guy is ruthless, look at that. Like a pit bull. Let's try to steal his kill then. Maybe just a little attempt, no? This is my spray. And now the engine is damaged. No, I think I did something. This game has just no in-between. You either get bored as fuck while flying to the objective, or straight action 100% adrenaline fuel. Okay, parachuter. Who got the kill? Maybe it appears in a while. And there's more enemies up there. Who got the kill? He got the kill. No assist. I don't think this game even has the assist. Ah, the Cobra. The Cobra, I have it. It's in one of the DLC I bought for this game. But honestly, I don't like that either. Not much. It seems also underpowered compared to the... Or maybe too heavy, I don't know. It just doesn't fly very well. This is my experience. Not even 1 point. Well, I did do some of the damage to that thing. Well, okay. The Cobra has also another big problem in this game. If you push the throttle too much far ahead all at once, you flood the engine and it shuts off and it never starts on again. Basically you're dead. You have to crash land, that's all you can do. And that's also a disappointing aspect of the plane for me. After this sortie we go and do an actual mission. I don't want to do only quick action. In the end it's kinda boring. This guy is good. Look at the livery of the thing, all tiger stripe. That's a cool livery. But I think I'm gonna hate the livery very soon, together with the rest of the plane, because it's following very well. Yeah, well, at least it looked cool. At least it looked cool, huh? It didn't it? I'm hating, but I'm also loving it. Zarlok has been killed. Got killed by 666. He was the devil himself, I tell you. He was the devil. Well, maybe not the last sortie, then I want to do one with the American plane that made me get the 5 kills previously. Because I'm now sucking, but I was good just a while ago. Let's do with the American. Mustang. This is... Ah, no, let's go with the Tempest. No, the Tempest. No, the Mustang, because I know it better. The Tempest also gives me that strange feeling. I don't know, the British planes in general, no? They're very powerful. The Tempest in particular has got 3000 horsepower, that's a lot. But I cannot seem to do the kind of maneuvering I'd want in that plane. Sometimes it doesn't climb well. The 39 or the 63, I don't know. I'll tell you in a while when I can select it. It's the Ira Cobra, that's the way I call it in any case. Mustang it is. This is a beast I know even better. Recently it's all I fly in practice, in wartime. The 666 guy destroyed another thing. He's very dangerous, I tell you. I could see his skill. It felt a bit like when I was dogfighting kart yesterday. When you look behind and there is this plane that you think it's going to pass me, if I do the strange maneuvering I usually do. But actually it remains there very well, stuck to your behind, and it destroys you utterly, because when your pilot instinct, like mine, tells you to try to be the smart guy, to surprise the enemy, but actually the enemy is smarter than you and expects it, then it's going to be very counterproductive. It's the enemy that's chasing the friend, so he's getting the kill. Let's try to avenge him. With the Mustang I feel I can manage. At least 1 kill before we go back to a different mode. I cannot live when I'm 2-0. Typical Focke-Wulf behavior, climbs like nothing. I'll have to pilot one of these planes eventually. Been killed so many times by them. Look at the way that kind cleans, all the way up to the stratosphere. And now you see him very slowly, very deliberately turning towards you. But actually no, because I think he hasn't spotted me. That's very fortunate. Let's close our distance. Quietly, I'm feeling like the Mustang Ninja now. The famous horse ninja of the American Air Forces. Maximum speed. Well, it's pretty far to shoot yet. Wait, it's turning. This is good. Still hasn't spotted me, I think. But now maybe the way is maneuvering. Well, but that's good. When I descend in the Mustang, I'm almost invincible. Should be able to accelerate more. I think he spotted me now. But still cannot outrun me, and actually I'm gaining on the thing. So if I don't black out, lower the flaps. Yeah. Raise the flaps again. And almost. Okay. Not losing my composure. Shoot, hit him a bit. Now he's very scared. I can feel it. I can feel the smell of your fear. Yeah, you are finished, buddy. 100%. Will you die, please? Do me a favor. Will you die? Will you? Unobtainium is what this plane is made of. Well, I think he's gonna die, but let's just make sure of it. Okay, this is not a flat spin. It's actually imitating a flat spin. He wants me to think he's finished, but I'm not thinking it. Look at that, look at that. He's doing it on purpose, I think. But I don't think he will come out of that dive, personally. He wants me to think he's finished, whereas he's actually not. And now I took another chunk out of his wing. You see how long it takes to destroy a plane here compared to War Thunder? War Thunder, 2 shots, bam, dead. Here, it depends. It depends on many factors. Not only gunnery is more difficult, planes are more resistant to damage in general. Especially bombers. But also fighters, as you can see. I don't know. How are you feeling? I bet I also wounded the pilot. I'm only now noticing that the design of the Focke-Wulf is a bit like the American Hellcat, no? It's so short and stubby winged. It looks a bit like the American Hellcat. It doesn't. Okay, the engine stopped. You see the propeller has stopped. You're finished, buddy. You cannot do anything now. Only the N0 version is good. Because it's not good. Okay, parachute. I destroyed the Focke-Wulf A5. We can now go to an actual mission. I can feel satisfied with me. Let's do it. Just a look at the servers, just in case they became populated again by magic. But actually, the Russian one is populated. Let's make another attempt, I tell you. Let's make another attempt also TeamSpeak, just in case our English-speaking player has connected. That's what I intended to do from the beginning. I was sure I would be able to play the full multiplayer. But it doesn't let me join. Yeah, that's the thing, for some reason. Did I get banned for it, for daring to speak English? I don't know. No, I think it actually needs a mod, because what is that? Malaya Zemlya, I don't have that map. Probably it's running a mod of some kind. Okay then, it's single player it is. But single player, I'm not going to show you the utterly boring career mode. I will do the split play campaign. And if you have watched my stream the other day when I was playing this, the campaign Fortress on the Volga is actually pretty cool. We're up to the 10th mission. Let's see what it consists of. I'll close TeamSpeak because it hurts my performance. Pre-flight extraction. After you obtain permission from the command post and a green flare is launched, take off, head east and on maximum speed get on the course of 15 degrees toward Kuzmichi. The subsequent route is shown. I'm supposed to support the fighters from the 3rd Jag 3, engage in aerial combat over Kuzmichi. Okay. It's a combat patrol. In general, for these missions, I go with unlimited ammo because it's mainly anti-air and it's more fun for you to watch, to see me keeping the combat going, no? Not having to go and resupply. After all, these are the advantages of single player. Another one being the time compression, so we will not get bored like before during the trek to the objective. Yeah, it's cool, it's nice, it's a very interesting game. If only it had the player base of War Thunder as well, this game has the potential to be even better. Even just as it is. The only problem is the lack of interesting, engaging game modes. The reason I think people get bored with the full-blown multiplayer server is that you have just these fixed objectives that just sit there, and you go. There isn't the dynamicity of War Thunder Simulator mode, where you constantly have the battlefield shifting by the means of your action. You have the ground battles. It's so damn interesting. Here, you just go to the objective and bomb. That's all. And this is why people get bored with it, I think. You're well prepared for the higher version of Mustangs, the D5. It's that one I was flying, right? Good, good. I'll reach it very soon, I think. I'm starting to climb the ranks on that tree. Off we go, raise the gear. Look how he raises. First one wheel, then the other. Okay. And I'm the flight leader, as always in these missions, so they will follow me. Well, they should. Yeah, he took off. And we're heading towards Kuzmichi, where we're going to support the wing of fighters. Here's the other wingman. Maybe I should try to keep the plane straight, just in case. And let's start to time compress. I mean, the time compression of this game isn't the fastest one in general, so you best do it soon and do it all the time when you can. I'm keeping the labels on just to have the weapon there. Don't get angry at me. I know some Sturmovik players really hate the labels, but when you're playing single player, sometimes they're so damn convenient. No, actually, thanks to the zoom I installed, I can also spot planes without the labels, but in VR in general, labels are a very useful tool. You have to bear with me, the fact. Here's the combat we're going to join. We're time compressing, that's the reason we don't have any audio, but actually everything is well, trust me. As soon as I go back, it's going to work again. And there's another wing of fighters that is ahead of us, and we'll join combat quickly, more quickly. We're going to reach them soon enough, in any case. I love the plane models of this game. The texture work on them, it's very... The weathering, no? See the weathering on the wing. War Thunder also has it, but it's not as well made in my opinion. We're time compressing to the max. It should be 8 times, actually it's more like 2 to 3 times. It doesn't time compress as well as it should. I've actually told the developers more than once on their forums, but most people seem to just not care. They say, you want to do the serious flight simulator, you have to do the entire flight. Yeah, okay, but you know, people also have time constraints. Some of us work daily jobs, some of us want to stream the game also. The lack of time compression hurts also the visibility of the game, because these long times, many streamers don't know what to speak about, and in the end the game doesn't get streamed as much as it would deserve. It's everything plays into the marketing aspect of the game, and without marketing you don't have a player base, and that hurts the multiplayer, so it's all connected. It's not a stupid thing to fix time compression if only, as you call them, noobs use it. The noobs are still the ones you're going to shoot at on the servers. Look at the drifts. They just don't understand it. The true purists, it's like they only want to play alone. Okay, then I say, play alone. Hi Reese, it's a very popular mod that is also on the game's official forum, so it's allowed on multiplayer, and it's named 3D Migoto. You can easily Google it, written as I said it, 3D Migoto, and it's the go-to standard for playing this game in VR. Actually, you're not competitive in multiplayer unless you use it. You 100% need the mod. Very simple to install and very recommended for me. I will show you the page later after this mission if you want. It can be customized to a great degree. You can change the EPD distance. You can even use it to set up the gamma and color levels of the game, because the actual developers didn't do the best job of it. At times, planes tend to blend into the... damn it, I missed it. What a shame. That was a great opportunity. But of course this is single player, so they're all bots, no? In a sense. And this means we'll be able to go around and try again. There's a lot of them though, a whole lot actually. Much more so than our Thunder match. We're looking for something like this. You need it, you need it. It makes all the difference in the world. Without it you cannot play online in VR. It's just the truth of this game. Because it's not as well designed as War Thunder in that respect. That's also another truth. War Thunder actually has great visibility in VR. They made an excellent job with it. Maybe you can see even a bit too well. It's not very realistic, but it's best to exaggerate in that way because it makes the game more play. Look at that, torn in half. And we have another one in front. I mean, it's fun to play single player. I advise, if you want to do it, to actually buy the scripted campaigns. They've been a great discovery for me. Because, yeah, the dynamic career mode is in theory the superior game mode. But actually, the career game mode has the bad habit of giving you so boring missions so often, which pair with the awful time compression makes for these flights where you do absolutely nothing. Whereas in the scripted campaigns, short as they might be, you enter action almost instantly. Have you seen how long it took? Actually, this is better than most flight simulators. I'm already in combat and already having fun. And this is just what we need in the VR space. Flight games that give you immediate satisfaction. Simply because, who plays flight simulators, no? In theory, it's the flight sim nuts, people that take no compromise. But it depends. Now that in VR, they're just the best games we have right now. And I think that everyone who likes VR should play Flight Simulator. So why do they have to be so convoluted? They should have scalability and more options for everyone, in my opinion. It's the best resource we have for VR to break into the common eyesight. Unfortunately, not many already understood it. It seems people think we need AAA games in VR. Or in lacking that, the stupid we like sport and action like the lightsaber one. No, actually, we need games where we pilot vehicles, and that's for a simple thing, in my opinion. The fact that you have no disconnection between your movements and the movements within the context of the game. In practice, you can do the craziest things in this game. After a short period of acclimatizing, it's not going to make you sick or nauseous at all. Completely unlike the first person view VR games, actually. You play, what's the name of the thing? The experimental whatever, the physics action game that just came out. Made by a small indie developer. I bet you know what I'm speaking about. Now I don't remember the stupid name of the thing. Boneworks. Yeah, Boneworks. You play Boneworks, it makes you sick in a matter of minutes. At least it happens to me. I can play these for 4 hours, no effect. I play that thing, Boneworks, instant sickness. Because you see your body move and you're not moving. Here you don't see anything that doesn't correspond to truth. Only the actual G-forces you're not going to feel, but these are much easily filtered by the brain. So what do we need to make VR mainstream? In my opinion, it's flying and driving games. Maybe driving games even better because everyone likes them. I like flight games, but me personally I prefer the first ones. Well, actually, I also suck at driving, but it's a bit of a vicious circle. Again, I'm using that expression. Look at the Sturmoviks going down like the absolute piece of trash they are compared to superior German engineering. No, I actually love the Sturmovik. But apparently the AI pilots suck at them, and this is also the variant without the... What's happening to that guy? Look at that. He got scared and crashed himself before I could destroy him. What am I looking at? Enemy. That's an enemy, right? Let's ask the padlock's opinion. Well, the padlock is not locking on him. In fact, I think it's German. No, wait. Yeah. It's German. I'm starting to notice the Germanness of planes. I can sort of understand it even if I don't recognize the plane. Ooh, look at the quantity of enemies. Where am I on this map? Heading the wrong way. I chased one solitary plane. Let's go back toward the city of Kubinka. No, what's that name? Kuzmichi. In any case, what I find myself repeating so often in the stream is, you play these things for more than a couple of weeks, you get used to them, you no longer like normal gaming. I absolutely don't care about everything. I read all the news still with the same expectant attitude I used to have, no? The new games that are coming out, wow, so cool, I like the one Cyberpunk, whatever, the new GTA, everything I read about seems so cool in theory, then I never buy and never play them. I just like this so much more. VR is on a totally different level. Nothing else comes even close in terms of fun and immersion. This is what we were dreaming about when we started to game. Most of us, at least. I speak always with it with great enthusiasm. I think I started streaming just to do it, to make it more known to people. This is a speech I think many of you, if you've been following the stream, have heard me make. If I were to describe myself as either a flight sim or VR nuts, I'd probably be the second. I always liked flight sims, but I had kinda forgotten about the genre. Until the VR came out and actually to me made perfect sense to play VR games as simulation ones. And I said it in the wrong order, because now I speak like Yoda when I kill Sturmovik, you see. No, wait, this is dangerous. The debris can eat you. Since I bored you all to death, only 3 people remain. But you are the true fans, so I thank you for that. Let's keep destroying the Sturmoviks to the very last one. Okay, that is also finished. What we are at? 7 kills. That's not bad. I think we're out of enemy planes, actually. No, wait. Well, I'll go towards the city and we see, huh? Let's go back towards the city. Just put the labels 1 sec. Time compress so we don't waste time. Actually, I see a lot of things above the city still. Look at that. I'll be all friends. Distant rendering kinda suck in this game. You can sorta tell the shape of the buildings, but it's very badly done. Why is he flying so low? Is he having problems? Yeah, actually. I'm sorry, my wingmate, I couldn't protect you. Now his behavior is pretty strange, because when you look at the flight path of the guy with the damaged plane, he's actually heading further into enemy territory, so we best not wonder too much about his health of mind. Maybe he lost composure in the heat of battle and now don't even remembers from which side he is. Poor guy, poor guy. Oh, ground troops. What is that? The shooting, huh? Still no audio, but because we're time compressing, just to shorten the wait. I see several Russian planes actually. You can easily tell by using the zoom that actually the planes are magnified at a distance, even by the game's engine itself, because the distances between them wouldn't work otherwise. These are magnified, just like War Thunder, but the game doesn't magnify them enough for VR, that's the thing. It magnifies them in a way that makes sense for monitors, not as much for VR. So the zoom ends up being necessary nonetheless. If only they could invest the little it would require for them to fix these little problems. Really, any of us could provide them with the information. All VR players know what VR games need. It's only the companies that don't. Like, I don't know if you play Euro Truck Simulator, no? I used to once in a while. The one, the truck delivery game. It has had, for the longest time, a VR mod that works pretty good in general, but has some stupid oversights, like when you go to the external views, it doesn't let you rotate the view, it's fixed in place, which is a big no for VR development. It makes you sick instantly. And when you're using the external view, actually you have to keep your head perfectly still. Otherwise you risk having nausea, and they don't fix it. It would take seconds. What would it make to fix such a thing? You only have to make the visual tied to the actual head movements. It's like a toggle, and they don't do it. Then the player bus that uses VR is also small, so no one does it, and so we have to play like that. And many VR games are like that. Same thing in War Thunder. Why doesn't War Thunder let you zoom? Because of that, I suck even more at identifying planes compared to the other players like you wouldn't believe. All it would take for them is to activate the zoom in VR, which I don't know why is disabled, by the way. It's not for balancing purposes, because what kind of balancing would it be? You disable zoom for the VR players. They already are the ones that have the lower resolution. Unless they just don't care, that's the truth of it. Here you come, little buddy, come here. I've been missing a kill for a while. Bit more, bit more. I don't think you're supposed to lower the German flux in combat, which also lower very slowly, by the way. Actually tells you that in the description of the plane. I wanted to see... no, but disable the... yeah, whatever. No, I wanted to see if the engine was overheating. But apparently I'm in combat mode, that's good. Look at him running, he's running so well. But he cannot run forever, no? Where can you hide in the sky? No, that's not going to work. I'm doing something that in general isn't a good idea, to fight the Russian planes at same altitude. If it were against players, probably it wouldn't go too well. So yeah, Sturmovik is good practice for War Thunder if you play against real people, when you manage to. If you play alone, you tend to get into bad habits. This isn't something that would fly in War Thunder, not against real people. Friend. I guess they're following the enemy, and I will do the same. Yeah. You have to climb, that's the point. It's useless to chase them like that. That's fun, yeah. Seems to be getting into alignment. Yeah, this wants a piece of me. No, actually it doesn't. Let's try to follow the dang guy. I guess this is my chance. He's also followed by a friend. And here is the Russian going to the right now. What was that? Holy hell. Was an enemy, that's what it was. So they're coming back down. Also that is good looking. This is good. I can feel it. You see, it just sounds better. If I pull the stick more, I will certainly stall. Let's increase the speed, maybe it helps. This can go on forever, while I keep wasting my energy, and in the end he wins. So let's exit the turn. Just a stupid bot, you won't follow probably. There's still 4 of them, huh? Yeah, you come. Come. Well, if the wingmen were worth anything, they would have got him while I baited it. Actually, maybe that's better, so I can get the kill. Took me by surprise. Okay, but it's going nowhere, I think. Also, he's being shot at by the wingmate. I will get him eventually, no? I've been chasing for what, 5 minutes now? Too far. Ooh, that's stunning, Rob, I think, when you see the big smoke in this campaign. It's the city that is under siege. I was sure I was going to hit. Well, actually, I punctured a bit the fuel tank. Seems to have lost his fighting spirit, yeah. This is gonna die real soon. If I don't black out just now. You really have to chase them all the way into the ground. That's the truth of this game. The smoke is making my game very jerky. Yeah, I'm fully in the yellow now if I look at my diagnostic. Oh my god, the chase continues. Forever it does. Forever and ever. Okay, imagine if I got killed from the debris, that would have sucked. So, what else do we have? Look at the map. I went very far from the objective actually now. Honestly, I think my mission is complete. Let's time compress as much as I can and start moving toward the pathway of the mission, because I think it's over. What else can I do? I killed 9 planes. 8. I guess that's enough for my support. Am I looking at enemies? Good question. These are the German planes. I will do what the game tells me. No, actually, tell you what, I'll just go back to base. Why do the entire flight path? There's nothing left in practice. The objective was to reach the base, so let's do it. Should count for completion. Yeah, it says in progress because the objective was not kill a certain number of planes, just to go and land after you did it. That's also good scripting on the mission design's part, because in the end there are many factors that can influence, so the player decides actually if he's satisfied with the mission. I mean, in the end, it's not like we're ranking people in base of skills based on single player. Everyone plays however he wants. For me, will make all the missions selectable from the beginning. Maybe I'm a bit too extreme. Ooh. These are friendlies, yeah. Why are they signaling with their lights? It wants me to go to the waypoint, but I absolutely don't care. What? This is not my airfield, I think. Well, it certainly looks like it. Yeah, actually it is. It's very big. Okay, reduce the time compression and let's start the landing. I still see enemy planes in the air actually. But I guess realistically I would be out of ammo if I didn't choose infinite ammo, so let's just... it's enough. To complete the mission, almost certainly it is. Where's my airspeed? Here it is. No, I'm too fast to land. Let's do another turn. 400. 300. Starting to reason. 380 more. Or less. We can start go there. And you start lowering the flaps early, because as I said, the flaps lower slowly on the German planes. Lower also the gear, same problem. Actually I should have lowered the gear much earlier. Look at this combat landing. This is how you're supposed to land when the base is under attack, as fast as possible. And as cleanly also, because the support crew will be busy already. And actually I broke the propeller, so I suck like that. But that's not gonna kill me, no? Nose up. We don't want to break it even further. Okay, I'm gonna get a handful from the base commander, I bet. How dare you break the propeller? This is gonna cost the war effort. And did I complete the mission? Well, I certainly hope so. It's green. It should count for completion. Finish the mission? Yeah. What do you want more for a fighter pilot than to kill 8 enemy planes? Mission accomplished. Successful landing. Now, if you can be just a second patient, I'll be right back, like 3 seconds, just be patient. And back. Thank you for waiting. Okay, the microphone is working. Check, check. Perfect. Here we are. Let's go on. But I look a second at the server. Let's see if someone has connected. Someone more. 44 players. That's too much to pass on. Let's try again. Just like the beginning of the stream. Ah, but the problem is the map, of course. Did it change map? Probably it has. No. I wish he gave you an error message of some kind. Everyone seems to be playing. Why not me? Probably the ping is too high. I guess it's possible. Well, it's not that high. 17 people on Berloga. No, that's the one I'd like to play. Wait, but Wings of Liberty is supposed to have you register for it, I think. But I did. Wings of Liberty Il-2. What's the problem here? I'm registered on it. Rating pilot ratings. Mission. Registration login. Huh. Now I show you guys my email, not that it matters much. But I don't remember the password, so that's a problem. No, too complex to do it. And well, I guess we cannot play on the Wings of Liberty server. I wish I knew why. Just one final attempt. Downloading files from the server, that's what it says, and then doesn't start. Okay. Let's do some career mode. Let's do some career mode. I will do like the other day because it was fun. I will start with the Tempest and then do the Mi-262, the jet. What does it look like? So the guy that was piloting the Tempest is this. On the city of Volkel station, the same city we got shot down above while playing online previously. So heavy weather, okay. This is the commander of the outfit, by the way. I always play like this because you can choose your own mission, it's very convenient. And case in point, I'm not going to do the escort mission because it's very boring. Let's just skip it. Someone else can do it. I'm the commander, I choose my own missions. So we will have to wait for the game to calculate the outcome. Because it's dynamic. No, I mean, in principle it's cool. But you end up with these missions where you escort the bombers for ages. And in the end don't even meet the enemy. And I just said I don't want to do it, man. Maybe you're not listening. Proceed. Mission in progress. Takes a little while to calculate. Next day. I don't care even about the outcome since they accomplished it, no? And now I hope it generates something more interesting for us. We'll be flying with the Hawker Tempest, which is a very cool airplane. Kinda looks like the Spitfire, but is much more powerful. You will see. A new day begins. Okay. And I have a ground troop cover and another escort. Well, ground troop cover could be doable if the enemy does indeed come. Let's hope it does. So I'm not carrying bombs for this, right? No. Then we can go infinite ammo. Here's another pro tip. If you want to do this kind of missions and you carry a limited bomb, know that you won't be able to get rid of the bombs. So that's something you absolutely don't want to do, because if you enter a dogfight with the bombs under your wings, that's going to be very problematic. Okay, it's very close. Let's start in there so we don't waste as much time. And hope the enemy comes, because you also have to hope for that in this game. They don't always come, it's realistic to that degree. Sometimes the enemy just doesn't come. While it's loading, it gives you, the splash screen. This is for the Flying Circus expansion with the World War I planes. And actually I think it's supposed to be interesting from a simulation point of view. But unfortunately, it's not much of a game. In practice, they just added the planes. It still has no missions, no campaign. And it also costs a lot. It's very expensive, even though it's in early access. I don't know why. So for now, it's not piquing my interest much. Maybe later. I would actually like a World War I simulator to do in VR, but I don't think this is it. Not yet, at least. In any case, thank you for placing an advertisement in the loading screen of the game. That's always very elegant from the point of view of a developer. And maybe also if the game could start. Am I asking too much? It's on SSD, mind. Just the time it takes for it to generate the mission. And here it is. What a strange flight path. Why does it want me to fly like this? Well, okay, setup of the plane with the Tempest, just bring the boosted engine and that's it. This is a very cool plane to fly, I enjoy it a lot. Big and powerful, heavily armed with the Hispano autocannons that we all love so much from the American Mustang P-51. But it's a much faster plane. And also turns well. The wings look a lot like the Spitfire wings. In fact, from below it can actually resemble it. And it has this strange radiator, and actually I haven't understood it very well, because it's either completely open or completely closed. I can show you. Yeah, like this. That's all you can do. It doesn't have in between. But in any case, it doesn't seem to be that often necessary to open it. It doesn't overheat for what I've seen. Probably it's only for emergency situations. I don't know. I tried to read into that, but actually, it might surprise you. It's not very easy to find operation manuals for actual planes of World War II. I wonder why. Some time has passed, huh? And here's the town that we're going to protect, of Vendrai. Presumably, enemies should come eventually. We'll see. Let's unzoom them up so we see. Well, the front line isn't very close. Someone says he's engaging, right? This is a good sign. Combat sector. Look at that. There are a lot of planes here. This reflects the reality. During Operation Modern Platte, the wings of Allied planes were just so much bigger than the Germans' ones. So they had to rely on the superiority of their engines and most of all of the powerful 262 jet to resist this kind of power. Now let's hope the enemy comes, in fact, because with this campaign I've had both things. Sometimes you have very difficult combat situations, sometimes not as much. Whereas with the German side, actually you always have interesting combat, and we're going to do that also before the end of the stream. So you can actually give control to the plane to the AI, so you can increase time compression and wait, and indeed we're lucky today, because the enemy is coming. Okay, remove the AI control. You have to call yourself lucky when you actually find action in this game. That's just how it works. Yeah, it even marking the location of the enemy. Well, I hope it's a wing of enemies, not just a single plane, because otherwise we'll be gang raping it in like 10 dozens British planes. I guess that's also spectacular in its own right, but actually no, wait. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff. No, everyone's friend, except for this one guy. I wonder who will get the lucky kill. Oh, it's the 262. It's the jet. Everyone wants a piece of the jet. That should be faster than me. He's going to bomb the troops, by the way, because that's what they like to do. To arrive hyper fast, drop their load, and then rush away, even before the enemy fighters could do anything about it. It's kind of a boss fight if you think about it. If this were War Thunder, not War Thunder, I mean Ace Combat, that would be the spectacular mission where you face the Ace. Except for the fact that this guy probably won't fly as well as the Ace Combat Ace. Because that's a game that kind of exaggerates something to you. That's the understatement of the year. It's practically a playable Japanese anime. They see other people are also chasing the jet that is now 2 kilometers and gaining. But it's not pointing for the troop concentration, if you can believe it. Now, when I fly the jet, I'm actually slower than the Tempest. And as you can see, it's more or like the truth of things. To the point that actually maybe we're more or less same speed. I could turn around and more enemies are coming, but now I'm gaining because it's turning, and so to kill the jet for me would be quite satisfying. Let's make an attempt. Look at that thing. It's from a different era. It didn't belong to this context. What a cool engagement in a way. Oh, that's the friend. Where did the thing go? Ah, here it is. He will have the first shots. Maybe he gets the kill, maybe he doesn't. Okay, well, good kill, I guess. At least the jet is down. There must be more. I don't think they sent only one of them. The labels tell me to go toward, and I should say maybe my pilot's instinct tells me that is the enemy. Let's try to stay in character. That's like the spider sense. You actually press a button to activate, but what can you do, right? You also have names for your wingmates, and also for the enemies. It's a nice little touch. I think that is another jet, judging by the speed of it. They're not heading for the target. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But the troops are also outside the city. Maybe they want to bomb these troops. Okay, I see the river. It's above the river more or less at the moment. 7 kilometers. Time compression it is then. Let's see what happens. Well, I don't think I can catch a Me-262. We are an entire army of planes against 2 dudes. I guess that's kinda realistic, but it's also a bit underwhelming when you're in the... not in the underdog side. Well, when you're alone against all these, it looks very cool. We're going to do it after this. To play the other part. That's an enemy. Must be a BF now. Yeah, it's German. Okay, reduce the time compression because we're there. And let's see how well this Tempest of mine climbs. I honestly never tested it. I must be going pretty damn fast at the moment, so I will up the energy. Well, but it's even coming downwards. That's for the best of us, I guess. My team will start shooting at the team with these Spano cannons. You hear the sound they do. Hispano, ano, when you fire. Hispano, ano. Okay, smoking. I've also been smoking, maybe you tell from my jokes. Let's make the enemy smoke as well, in a rather more problematic way. I'm not the only one shooting him at the moment. No, this is not good spraying, it's not going to work. That was also German, by the way, but I'm too fixated on the one target at the moment. It's fast, huh? Must be the D5 version. Ah, hit him a bit. Hit him another bit. Hit him more. Still doesn't die, huh? Typical of this game. Very difficult it is to destroy enemy. But he's smoking and he cannot escape, I bet. Yay! I'll get you. I'll get you, Red Baron, like Snoopy used to say in his comic strip. Oh shit. I think I have to get closer. That's the feeling it gives. What's this strange thing the graphic is doing? Come on! No, I think you have to lead more. He must be half dead at the very least. Mission critical objective completed. Well, good, but now I want to kill this guy. I did these 2 hits at very long range at the beginning of the fight. And now that I'm closer I cannot hit the team. No one on my 6 now. The Horizon thing is that actually he still has more speed than me, even damaged as he is. But now he's going down. There's another German there, by the way, but I want to finish him. German, yeah. I'm flying the British now. I have to remember myself. Did I get him? Starting to look a bit clownish.
Acorn 7, engaging tighter. It's close. Out.
It's okay, just a little situation assessment via labels. Just bear with me. In fact, I'm not the only guy that cannot hit that thing. There's several of us. So, maybe he is the Red Baron of the Eastern Front. This isn't even a pass. I have to align better. Look at that. We will end up crashing one into the other, I bet. Huh? It's going to happen. This is a very dangerous situation, actually, for both parties, us included. Ah, broke the tail a bit. I don't know. I think still. Okay. But now we cannot escape more. Actually, no. I broke the plane. Yeah, it's going down. There's one above. Climb, climb. Why am I flying with the open? Yeah, close the radiator. Once it overheats, I open the radiator. Why keeping it open now? Ah, but there's actually still plenty of targets. Look at that, look at that. Good thing I brought unlimited ammo.
Acorn 3, engaging tighter.
Well, this is a good campaign mission. I mean, career mode mission. I'm enjoying it, to tell you the truth, as much as the previous one, which was scripted. So it's not like the algorithm cannot generate interesting mission, it's just that it chooses not to. Because it's so damn hardcore. If only you could select your own types of mission, like it was before the dynamic campaign mode. You just had to change it. Here he comes. Getting closer now. Well, we're all chasing, again, the same guy. Actually, there's plenty of them, look at that. Now, the clouds here look more interesting than War Thunder, but still they don't work correctly, because they do that strange garbled pixelation when a plane is in front of them, that actually lets you spot targets very easily, more than they should be able to. At least they obfuscate the ones behind the cloud, unlike War Thunder. I don't know why clouds are so hard to do in combat simulations. Most civilian flight sims seem to get them very right. So probably the problem comes from the fact that you have to display things in front and behind of them when you're doing combat. Ooh, where did that go? I was following a target, disappear. Ah, probably there. No, I blacked out. Okay, I wasn't pointing at the ground, so unless someone hits me, I should be okay. Come on. There. That seems the best candidate. German, right? Yeah, German indeed. How could I lose sight of it? Ooh, it's there. Well, let me chat once in a while, otherwise this mission will take forever. Ah, he crashed, okay. This solves the debacle. And look at that, look at that. I blacked out again. Not the best moment, huh? You know what, I don't know why I blacked out actually. I didn't do anything crazy. The plane is still good, so if the pilot could please recover. Did the pilot have an aneurysm or something? Okay, he burst a vein. Here I am, back to business. I have no idea, make them hit more, maybe more fibers. Or was it low fibers, the diet that pilots had to make? Well, of course, without the G-suits, it took really hardened men to do this kind of flying. More than one pilot died just because his body couldn't take the pressure. Ooh, that's the German. And he blacked out again. I think there is also a delayed timer on when after you recover you're still more vulnerable to blackouts. Yeah, you see, I can pull much less. The pilot still gets ditzy. What a cool thing. What a cool, framing of the action. When you zoom, you can have some really pretty sights. That was screenshot worthy, to say the least, with the two planes chasing one another.
Range half mile. Out. Waterbury, this is Acorn 4, requesting landing approach. Over. Acorn 4, roger.
Wow, completely exploded. Did I hit the fuel tank? What a spectacular destruction. So, ooh, so many targets. I'm enjoying. It's probably one of the best career mode missions I've done, for the British side. Because finally I have enough targets.
Acorn 4, roger.
Just to be sure.
Acorn 5. Engaging fighter.
He's engaging the friend.
Acorn 2,
I have to save you.
to the northwest. Range half mile. Out.
Why is he flying inverted like that? Is he dead actually? No. I think the VR mod also helps with spotting, because the enemy plane in such lighting condition would have blended completely with the surroundings previously, without the mod. Almost blacking out, come on, okay, there you go. Bye! What's that? A piece of the wheel, I think. One more. Are we out of targets? Padlock seems to think that. But actually the map doesn't. No wait, it's been upgraded now. There's only two left. One is there and is smoking and we'll finish him. The mission has been completed for ages, but I want to kill them all. It's just the usual kill them all mentality.
Hey, what's going on, Zarlok?
Hey! Hi! Who am I speaking with?
Esco. Are you on combat box, man?
Hey, hi. No, at the moment, no. I'm flying single player. I couldn't find anyone, unfortunately. Combat box was deserted, and the Russian server, which is, excuse me.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just gonna go bomb something by myself. saw.
It sucks.
saw it today.
And also the Russian server doesn't let me join because that's actually fairly populated, but there was no one. Like no one. Excuse me, I got confused. What I mean is, it didn't let me join for some reason. I don't know, bugged or something.
Too bad. Well, if you want to jump in, man, we can go bomb something if you'd like.
On combat box, huh?
Yeah, it's up to you, man. It's no big deal.
Well, unfortunately, I'm coming to the last stretch of my session. I had like another 20 minutes. That's not enough, I think. I'm
Yeah.
sorry
Okay,
for
cool, man. No problem. I just saw. I'm looking for somebody to play around with as well.
Okay, have fun then. We can do it tomorrow same time, maybe if you can, maybe a bit earlier. Because this is when I more or less end the stream. I begin earlier, normally.
Yeah, no, this is when I'm starting to play. Maybe 2 hours earlier. Sounds good, man. All right.
Okay, bye, have fun.
You do.
Bomb them well. Too bad, really. It's always the time zones. It's a problem with the time zone. To expect people that play at my same times would be difficult. It was kinda out in my own little world. I had forgotten I was still on Discord. The voice actually startled me. You get no overlay in VR, no? So when people start speaking to you, you don't expect it. I got confused, I couldn't even answer this simple question. So I guess my secret is out now. Actually, this mission took so long that it will be probably the last one in the stream, but let's complete it. It would be a shame not to. I've got so many kills. How many? 4 already. In any case, what the friend said is absolutely true. At this time of the day, combat box is deserted. I had high hopes for the Russian server. We're gang raping the last guy. Guys, you can have the kill. Let's just go finish the mission. I will head back to base. We've been gang raping the last guy. What he said is true. In the end, you have to go where the players are if you want to have fun. Otherwise, yeah, single player is not bad. I like to play this game also single player. And in my opinion, it's streamable. It's interesting as something to stream, especially if you speak about the plane, its performance characteristics, and also if you make comparisons to the other big World War II flying game, that is War Thunder. They both come actually from the old Sturmovik game. You know, also War Thunder started as a mod of Sturmovik, the old one. But to play this every day, only single player wouldn't work. That's the reason I keep returning to War Thunder. Actually, I had intended this morning to stream something different. Completely, that is Elite Dangerous. Then I saw there were like 15 people on combat box when I connected. I swear. And then I saw it completely deserted when I began to play. And same thing with the Russians. Then I couldn't even join the server. But still, I think I managed to show off how cool this game is and how very worthy of being played it also is. I bet I have many viewers that play mostly War Thunder because that's what I play the most too. So to bring some of them to this other game would be quite an achievement in itself. It's absolutely worthy of it in my opinion. It has many strong suits. Not only the realism of it, but also one, the fact that the map is up to scale, and two, the graphics. Well, you can easily see it, I bet. Even with its artifacts and the sort of muddy textures you have in VR, it still looks awesome compared to War Thunder. The lightning, the artistic choices, and also the sound. The sound, which is very important in VR, really brings you into the action. The sound design of it, really, not just the effects in themselves, but the way they play out at all the correct moments. Like, I don't know if you notice, when you fly the Mustang and you slow down, you can hear the whistle of the wind in the gun barrels. That's how detailed it is. Imagine something like that in War Thunder, completely unimaginable. Is that or that my airfield? No, the one on the left. Why are there two airfields so close to one another? Lower the gear. Lower the flaps. Look how the flaps come down for the Tempest. They're actually under the wing, I think. They're not part of the wing. They're a different structure. I bet they have a different name. Ah, the airfield is firing a flare, probably because I'm landing, who knows. And let's see if I break the propeller. Also this time, actually it's very easy to break the propeller in the Tempest because the thing is so damn big. So let's try to raise the nose as much as possible and then go tail down again as fast as possible, but not too fast because otherwise I won't hit the ground. And how do I brake on this plane? The lever, okay, like the Russian planes. Ah, cool, you even have the brakes pressure there, the instrument that tells you the pressure of the brake. Well, it was a very interesting mission, also the other one. We had a couple of very good single player missions in my opinion, which is good because multiplayer unfortunately today sucked. Rough beginning of the stream, but then we stabilized and in the end have fun all together. Too bad because people are coming online again, but unfortunately I'm out of time. So, 4 planes, mission accomplished, successful landing. And that's it with Sturmovik for today, because this afternoon, in about 5 hours as always, I will play War Thunder again, hoping to... There will be probably several people. Everyone is playing these games these days. Oh, I got a medal. And it's always nice to play with others, that's the truth of it. You might like this. Thank you for liking my post. Chinese Watcher, I think it's a Chinese name, right? I cannot pronounce it, of course. And no, in the end, you have to go where the player base is. I would play this every day if I could, but the truth of it is that I cannot, because not many people do it. So probably my backup game, apart from War Thunder that I played this afternoon, but the other backup game will return being Elite Dangerous, the space flying one. And this concludes our session. So let me say goodbye to myself through the camera. Bye guys. Thank you for watching to the end. Ciao from Italy. See you tomorrow or maybe this afternoon if you want. Bye bye.